over 12,000 patients waiting for elective surgery. We certainly do the urgent and the emergency surgery, but the elective surgery is waiting. So we're hoping that by increasing the additional 3 rooms that we will have some impact on the length of time that patients are waiting.
The Foothills is the primary site of cardiac and thoracic surgery within the Calgary region. The room was built at a cost of $450,000 and will be open November 20th. Even with these renovations, operating rooms still experience a shortage when it comes to nurses. A Channel's Julie Nolan has more.
I knew that someone was right there with me and looking after my particular needs.
Laurel McClellan visited the operating room twice last year, not by choice, but for crucial gynecological surgeries. She says OR nurses were a main part of her care.
I think that having surgery is a bit stressful for anyone, and I think the nurse holding your hand as you go to sleep is a great thing.
Actually, November 14th of every year is set aside to recognize operating room nurses across the country. Why? Because these nurses are very specialized and there aren't enough to go around.
I am really, really scared because I see us as a dying breed.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
We actually specialize in knowing exactly what the surgeon has to do and knowing which instruments to have available for him.
They spend a lot of time and they add the human touch to the operating room that I think sometimes can get lost.
The Calgary Regional Health Authority says this shortage is across the board. But when it comes to OR, the CRHA is doing all it can.
Nationwide, it's terrible. We've been trying to tell people that there's going to be a shortage of surgeons, shortage of doctors, shortage of nurses, and now that it's upon us, it's a reality. Everybody's scrambling, trying to recruit.
For more information on operating room nurses and their association, you can visit their website at www.ornac.ca. From Foothills Hospital, Julie Nolan, A Channel News Now.
Thanks, Joe. Julie will now go to A Channel's Taz Boga, who talked to some private MRI clinics today.
Laser, which is all about obviously treating veins with laser. Varicose veins, is it something just for old people to deal with?
No, young people get it too.
Is that right?
I've seen them as young as 14 and as old as 80.
No kidding. Now, is there something that you can do to prevent them from happening in the first place?
Lifestyle is a big issue. Exercise, if you have a job where you stand all the time, support hose.
I'm wearing a very stylish pair of support hose that you brought in today. Tell us a bit about how they work.
Okay, what the support hose are, they're quite tight, and you're going to notice they're pretty tight in the ankle area.
Yes.
And then as they go up the leg, they're less tight. That's called a graduated support hose.
Okay.
And that's a medical support hose, low weight ones. We tell our patients, all our patients, to wear them as a lifestyle issue to prevent them
always?
so they don't need me.
Exactly. We don't need you to come in.
You don't need me.
If I'm somebody who does a lot of standing, I'm a teacher, or what are the kind of trades or jobs where people end up in trouble?
First of all, I have more female patients than men because female have a higher disposition to it.
Right.
Anyone who stands, nursing, retail work, teachers, anyone whose occupation requires a lot of standing.
And then you can get these, and these aren't just like, I mean, they're white ones because we put them on because they show up more, but you can get black ones.
You can get any color you want.
Yeah.
The ones that you have beside us,
Yes.
those are support hose. These are a medium strength support hose. Those are low weight. Usually when I tell my clients they have to wear support hose, they go, ugh.
Yeah.
They don't want it. But as soon as you see it, the companies have now responded to the demands of the public, and so they're much more aesthetic than they used to be.
What causes varicose veins in the first place?
Big factor is genetics. Time, the older you are, the higher risk you have of getting to varicose veins. Occupations where you stand all the time. Women, if they have multiple pregnancies, they're going to have a higher risk than a guy. But we see men. But men don't complain about small veins.
Yes.
They complain about big veins.
Is it a health issue or more cosmetic?
Both.
Yes.
Either.
Yes.
Sometimes people, more likely a female will come in because she's got small veins, she wants to get rid of them. Summer's coming up, shorts are coming on, they don't want to look at them. Men, on the other hand, or females too, if you get bigger veins, they get painful, you get swelling in your legs, your circulation is not as good. So you treat the varicose veins, it improves your circulation.
And so what do we do? What do you do?
Well, what I do is I either use sclerotherapy or injections, or another alternative where to treat big veins, ultrasound-guided injections, or sometimes I have to send my patients to a surgeon for strippings.
Really? Is that serious? That's when things get serious.
Well, that just means they have enough disease, they should deal with it, or they're going to get into complications, because as time goes on, it tends to progress. Wearing support hose, exercising will slow it down, it's not going to reverse it, and you're not going to completely stop it.
You do laser work too. Tell us how that
Yes.
works.
Well, laser, what it is, laser is a light that is emitted from a machine, and there's certain lasers that treat certain things. Now, if you have a laser for vascular, it shoots a light out that the blood absorbs it, and it coagulates in the vessels. Laser is used for small veins. Bigger veins, the laser plays no role. It makes it too hot, too much
What do you
heat
do for, when
generated.
you say injections? What does that mean?
It's called sclerotherapy.
Yeah.
And what you do is you inject a small amount of medication to dry the vein up, sclerose it, so
Right.
you can't see it anymore.
And then the blood just goes, okay, I can't go down here. I got to go somewhere else.
Most of the blood in your legs is carried by your deep system, which are the function veins.
Yes.
We don't do anything to those. You need those.
Yeah.
But the superficial veins only carry 10% of the blood, and if they're varicose, they're not working anyway, so they're actually hindering your circulation.
And it's a good thing to get treated.
Then it's a good thing to get treated.
Well, I'm just going to hang out with my support hose for the rest of the show. Thanks so much for coming by. Dr. Wooters here. Jeff Fink, how's it going?
Very good.
Do you have support hose on?
Nope, but
Well-
I'm wearing a cup. Well, you never know. Dangerous.
It's very dangerous.
And I knew you'd ask.